Turkey, it's starting. You can almost hear the ovens preheating now. We're running out of time. No, this is not your fault. No, it's not because you played Peterman. Remember, you were the one that inspired me to play Jay Cuddy when he put up 63. You're a legend, Turkey. No, this isn't your fault. It's not your fault. I should have never built up hope. But they're starting to figure it out. And they want you out of the league. And they also want to eat you. No, they'll just disperse your whole team amongst themselves. They're savages, Turkey. Listen, we're gonna get you out of here, but you can't leave on foot. There's a boy in Indiana named Hawkin. He will look after you. Yes, and if you can make it through the holiday season, then you shall return in 2018 for Thanksgiving redemption.
Where the weight at? Before I ran up in the building talking way back. I stay late night dreaming about the payback. All I wanna do is get rich, hey, 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 yo. I ain't looking for a lick, hey, 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 yo. About to rob 'em for the shit, hey, 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 yo. Want the rollie on the wrist,
hey, hey, hey.
All I wanna do is get rich.
Come on, sit in on it. Yeah, sit in on it. Oh, here's a towel, you sweaty pig. Piff on the Blitz episode 12, your turkey, it's Thanksgiving. I'm Piff, aka the GOAT. Today's show's gonna be a fucking turdunkin' spectacular. We're talking John Madden, we're talking Thanksgiving traditions, okay? Which were the do's and the do-nots. Coaches on the hot seat. Baker Mayfield, who the fuck is that? Football 101, Week 12 game picks, and the locks, and the trash fantasy lineups that I give you week after week. So, without further ado, let's kick it off. Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday of the year. Food, family, football, John Madden. Boom. I'm not gonna let you fuck that up, Neil McCoy, with your trash country song about kneeling, land of the free, but not totally free. You can't have it both ways, Neil. You can't have it both ways. You're just in it for the cash grab. You just want to put them Spotify dollars in your pockets. Where's the money really going to, Neil? Is it going to the troops? I didn't see that it was. If you really cared that much about the amber waves of grain, then you would have joined the military. Or at the very least, Neil McCoy, be a real McCoy and donate all the proceeds of that song to the troops. Don't be a fuckboy. Moving on. We have Fat Wolf on the line. He's been waiting. He doesn't know what's going on. Fat Wolf, are you there? We need the recap.
I'm here, Piff. Got the recap right now. Week 11. Let's go. It's time. Carson Wentz comes from North Dakota where the Buffalo roam, and the Wentz was chewing the clock like a grazing ginger bison. Andy Dalton could learn a thing or two. Jay Ajayi runs like I just tinkered the speed threshold on my Madden sliders all the way down so he could look fast again. Yeah, the Cowboys defense are a bunch of turkeys. They don't know where they are. They're running with their heads chopped off. Get it? No. Turkey needs to be brine. I like to torture mine for 24 hours prior, stuff them with the goods, roast them in the electric oven right before Cheryl and Earl come over. Let's do some Uno. But these birds from Phillies escaped their Thanksgiving Day cookout in their route of the cowgirls. Jerry's feeding Cowboys players too much Papa John's. Turkey pizza, that's a good idea. The Chiefs were a letdown against the Inner Earth Giants as a fight for hollow earth, and Giants pulled out their long socks and brought the Inner Earth technology to the surface. Ben McApoopoo took a shit on them. The Bills showed up to the auditions in LA and they weren't Hollywood enough. Entourage, more like Long Mirage. That's a no from me, dog. Randy Giff. Chargers blanked them. LaShawn McCoy. MacGyver gif. Couldn't finesse a matchstick with the key lock. The team, the fucking Peterman was the quarterback. He led him down a hole. Alice in Wonderland gif. They could never climb out of it. It was over before it started. It was tacos and margaritas for Tom Brady and our Gronk train. It was routes of the Raiders, and it was a fiesta. R. Kelly gif. Brady's throwing 300 yards everywhere on planet Earth. Justice League gif. The Saints went marching in again, and they made the Redskins dead skins. Native American, who's not really a Native American, staring at the camera crying about pollution gif. That's week 11, Piff.
Wow. Thanks for the recap, Fat Wolf. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Hey, Thanksgiving, it's all about giving, right? It's all about giving thanks to things. And so what are you thankful for? You got to think about what you're thankful for. There's always something that you should be thankful for, straight up. And you should probably start your Thanksgiving by saying things like, hey, I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for all the things that I do have. That's what Thanksgiving's all about. There's also traditions. Families across America, maybe the world. I don't know who celebrates Thanksgiving, maybe just America. In my family, we played football outside. Turkey Bowl. you know, and it was mostly about me tackling the shit out of my little brother. It was just so fun. And then my mom would video record it on like one of those big fucking video recorders that you hold on your shoulders, and we'd watch the game afterwards, and it was sick. And I thought I was an NFL player, and there was highlights and shit, and it was dope, you know. And you know, throwing the pigskin around, turkey bowl. I know a lot of families do this. It's a great tradition. Thanksgiving, and then when you come in after you go outside playing football, you get to watch John Madden and Pat Summerall commentate a game. Legends. There's never going to be another commentator like John Madden and Pat Summerall. There just won't be. And so Thanksgiving to me, at least with this episode, is all about John Madden. And it's about, you know, I miss the dude. I miss the dude so much. Like, he's such an idol to me. My grandfather passed away before I even got the chance to know him. And John Madden was like an extended grandfather to me, because I'd watch the games and he'd just break down the most complicated schemes and just make everything sound simple. And he was just so fun to listen to. So for this episode, I thought I'd give you guys a taste. If you hadn't ever had a chance to listen to John Madden, if you didn't grow up with John Madden, I mean, he's the whole entire reason that I love football the way I do. If you didn't get a chance to listen to John Madden growing up, I got something for you. I got a little something for you. Here's the John Madden experience.
The Redskins and Cowboys play on Thanksgiving Day. We'll be there.
Encroachment, 78, defense, no first down.
Encroachment, huh? That's more encroachment when you go that far. Yeah. When you're the big old big cat, you got all this stuff going. You go whap, 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 whap. That's more than encroachment. Big cat went creeping. Yeah, he's anticipating. When you end up way back there, you got to have another word for it. 3 wide receiver set up. Jarvis McPhail, the ball carrier, gets up close to a first down, and he gets it. Who's this guy right here? Oh, Burt Reynolds. Yeah. Who's the lady next to him? Right here. Yes. Ann Margaret? Yes. Huh? How's that? Didn't you coach Burt Reynolds? Yes, I did. At Florida State? Yes. Was he any good? He was a defensive back. I know. Was he any good, I said? He probably was. He had a good personality. Nah, those guys can't. He has a good personality. That's McPhail. Have you ever seen a defensive back with a good personality that was any good? Well, that's too many qualifications. Defensive backs usually don't have nice personalities. And linebackers don't either. I mean, linebackers, you know, they're all half goofy. You know, they got their eyes, you know, staring and looking and crossed. And now, the nice guys are like this guy here, Jason Garrett. He could be a nice guy. Yeah, I mean, you know, third quarterback, wears a cap, went to Princeton. Should be in politics. Has all those things going for him. These guys like this guy here, Charles Haley, nope. No. No, they're in the other team. There's no mystery about that. Somebody jump. Second down and about 7. Dallas 22, Miami 10. 32 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Johnny Greer's had a busy day.
Ball start, 89, offense, still second down.
Randall Hill. Here's Charles Haley after a rest. Well, you know, even when there's a penalty, I mean, he only knows one way to play, and he plays with leverage. And you just see what he does is he gets his helmet and gets everything underneath his guy, because the first thing you want to do is get your guy lifted up. Lined up at left defensive end. He's going against James Brown over there. Screen pass. McPhail just dropped it. See what Charles Haley does. Well, you know, again, he's either going to use speed and just go around the guy, or he's going to make a quick move to the inside. You see what he did there? See, he had Brown on the play before where he jacked him up, and then he wants Brown to get ready for that, and then he's going to hit him and take an inside move on him. Charles is like a boxer. Everything he does is to set up the next thing he's going to do. Yeah, he's very good with leverage also. Yeah, and when he's in there, this is one kind of defense, and when he's in there, not in there, it's not as good. I mean, it's not the same defense. 4 wide receivers. Marino out of the shotgun. Fires. Flag on the play. I think the pass might have been intercepted. That's what the Cowboys are indicating, and so is the official. But
I could play John Madden the whole entire fucking episode. I could care less. Dude, John Madden, idol. He started his career as a Philadelphia Eagle. He had knee surgery. He couldn't play anymore. He ended up coaching the Raiders. He won a Super Bowl. And then around 1979, he stopped coaching. He had bleeding ulcers. He wanted to spend more time with his kids. And then a bunch of players from his alma mater died in a plane accident. He didn't want to fly anymore. He was diagnosed with claustrophobia, so he rode the Madden Cruiser around. He rode a bus around. And so he didn't fly. So that was his thing. And he rode the bus around the United States, and he always had something interesting to say about his travels. He always had something interesting to bring to the table. His communication skills were excellent, and just an idol. There'll never be another commentator like John Madden. So for this Thanksgiving, hey, this turduncan's for you, John Madden. This turduncan is for you. We miss you. All right, so let's go forward. I'm dealing with power outages. I'm dealing with fucking weird frequencies, static. There's a lot of technical issues this week, so I apologize. We're going to have to rush through some things. So coaches on the hot seat. Look, there's some coaches on the hot seat. Coaches that probably won't have their job next year. Marvin Lewis is one of them. The Bengals, he's just not doing it. He can't win playoff games, and he's just not doing good this season. I just really, like I said at the beginning of the year, hey, it's time to get rid of Marvin Lewis and move on. They need to. Ben McAdoo with the Giants, it's just not going to work out. It's just not going to work out. Jason Garrett, hey, he might be on the hot seat. If he can't pull it together, he can't make adjustments, and if the second half continues to be like it is the rest of the season, I don't see how this guy could continue to be a head coach. It's just not working out. Too many average seasons. He needs a Pro Bowl team in order to be successful. That's not a real head coach. So there's quite a few head coaches that are on the hot seat. The Browns head coach might be on the hot seat, but we don't know. I think the Browns need to just stick with what they've got. They need to ride it out for a little while. That's my feeling on that. If you guys know any other coaches you think should be on the hot seat, hit me up. Get at me on Twitter at MonsterPiff, etc., etc. Baker Mayfield. Who's Baker Mayfield? Well, he's a quarterback for Oklahoma, and he made news this week when he basically grabbed his dick on the sidelines and, yelled out some obscenities and things like that. And then he apologized for it in a press conference after the game and was just like crying about it. Like, oh, I'm not the captain anymore. And he's crying about it. Dude, I don't know how a team's going to draft him. I don't know how you draft a person with that type of character. Not only was he fucking crying in a press conference, in a total of 1 week, he was grabbing his dick on the sidelines, telling the other team, fuck you. When you're playing Kansas, Kansas is not that good of a team, so, you're getting hype over, nothing. You play in a really weak conference, your stats are inflated because you play in a trash conference, you grab your dick, and then you cry in the same week. No. If my team drafted him, I would fucking be pissed. He's not going to be a good quarterback in the NFL. He doesn't have character. He's not a real leader. And his stats are just inflated because he plays in a weak conference. That's what you need to know about Baker Mayfield. He's a college quarterback with a fucking terrible attitude, and his draft grade is just going down and down because he just can't act the way he's supposed to act. We're going to get into college players. We're going to get into the mock drafts and all that in the offseason. But Baker Mayfield made this week's show because he's just fucking trash. He's just trash. And you can't cry and grab your dick in the same fucking week and then expect to be drafted in the first round. I'm sorry. I don't think anybody's going to be interested in picking him up. I think he's like a 5th or 6th round quarterback at best. That's Baker Mayfield. So Baker Mayfield, congratulations. You made Piff on the Blitz before I'm supposed to even talk about college football players. All right, because of power outages and technical difficulties, the Football 101 is going to have to wait till next week. We got to get into the Week 12 picks, the fantasy lineups, the locks, knock those out, and then move on, unfortunately. So last week, we were 79-51, then we went to 89-55. No, that's not right. We were 89-55, now we're 99-55. We were right about the Steelers on Thursday night. We got a bunch of games right. We didn't get the Rams-Vikings game right. We didn't get the Cards-Texans game right. Obviously, the Chiefs and Giants was a surprise. And the Seahawks and Falcons on Monday night. It was super close. It could have gone into overtime had Blair Walsh hit that field goal. He didn't. So we ended up going 10-4, and now we are 99-59. That's pretty good. That's solid. Those are solid numbers. So let's get into the Week 12 picks. What do we got for Week 12? Vikings and Lions going at it on Thanksgiving. Hey, this is a good divisional matchup. If the Lions want to get in the playoffs, they need to win this game. Darius Slay versus Stephon Diggs will be an interesting matchup to watch. We'll see how Adam Thielen's feeling. And for this game, I'm going to give it to the Vikings. I think the way they played the Rams last week, it's hard not to pick them. I'm going to pick the Vikings over the Lions. I don't know, 34-26. Chargers and Dallas, another Thanksgiving game. Dak and Dez, when are they going to connect? I'm one of those guys right now that just thinks that Dez needs to be traded. I just don't think that Dak and Dez will ever find the chemistry that they need. And what is with these play calls? Quick screens to Dez for 2 yards, quick screen to Dez for 6 yards. Like, it's not working. Like, hit him downfield where he's supposed to be and put the ball where it needs to be. There's just no chemistry there. I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys in this game. I think that they're going to run the ball. Alfred Morris had a successful week last week. I think they stick with that. If they have Tyron Smith playing, the Cowboys will be successful. I'm going to give it to Dallas in a close one, 30-28. Titans Colts, I'm going to pick the Titans. I think they need to get back to the ground and pound. If they want to win the division, they have a super easy schedule. Stick to the ground and pound, ride Murray, ride Henry, give Henry some more playing time. Hey, Mariota threw a lot of picks last week. Just stick to the run. Stick to the run, guys. You guys went away from the game plan too quickly. Titans versus Colts, I think they go back to the ground and pound. Give the game to the Titans, 24-16, Titans. Saints and Rams, I think the Rams have a bounce back week. They need to play fast. Just play fast. I think it'll be a shootout. Saints and Rams, there'll be touchdowns all over the place. I'm going to give it to the Rams in a close one, 36-35, Rams. Jaguars Cardinals, hey, giving it to the Jaguars. Their defense is spectacular. The Cardinals have backup quarterbacks playing. I don't see how the Jaguars lose. Jaguars in the win, 36-13. Redskins Giants, Thanksgiving Day matchup. This will be the evening game. I'm going to give it to the Redskins, especially if Sterling Shepard doesn't play. If Shepard doesn't play, Redskins win this, 34-21, Redskins. Falcons Bucks, giving it to the Falcons. Hey, they beat the Seahawks on Monday night in Seattle. You can't go and lose to the Bucks. Ryan Fitzpatrick, you lose to the Bucks, you're definitely not making the playoffs. Falcons in this one, 28-17. Bengals Browns, hey, this should be cake for the Bengals. They should win 21-14 over the Browns, even in Cleveland. The weather might not be too nice, but the Bengals and their defense should pull it off. Hey, it's a good streaming defense to play this week. I'm playing them. Chiefs and Bills, hey, this is a tough one because the Chiefs are on a real downward spiral. I'm going to give it to the Bills at home. I think the electricity and the energy at home and Tyrod Taylor, being the starting quarterback again, will be enough for the Bills to beat the Chiefs in a very close one. I'll say 13-10. Bills. Pats and Dolphins, I'm going to give it to the Pats. I just can't pick the Dolphins in this situation. Jay Cutler's in concussion protocol. I'm going to give it to the Patriots. Brady's going to have a field day. I'm waiting for Gronk to have one. He hasn't yet. Patriots over the Dolphins, 36-14. Panthers Jets, another difficult game to pick. Panthers are doing really well. They've obviously found some rhythm, and they're doing okay without Kelvin Benjamin. Greg Olsen might be coming back. I'm going to give it to the Panthers, even on the road, over the Jets, 24-14, Panthers. Eagles, Bears. Hey, the Eagles look good. They're a Super Bowl favorite. I'm going to give it to the Eagles, even in Chicago, on the road, 36-12. Eagles over the Bears. Seahawks, Niners. Seahawks got to win this game. They got to win this game, even with the injuries that they've suffered on the defensive side. No Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor and his neck injury, not having a running back, not having a good offensive line. The Seahawks were a favorite for me to go to the Super Bowl and win it. Now it doesn't look so good, but I still think the Seahawks can beat the Niners, even though it's a divisional game and it will be close. I'm going to say 16-13 Seahawks over the Niners on the road. Raiders, Broncos. The Raiders, it's time. You can beat the Broncos, even in Denver. Derek Carr will have a big day over the Denver Broncos. Raiders win 34-28. Steelers, Packers. Hey, this would have been a premier matchup had Aaron Rodgers been playing. Without Aaron Rodgers, the Packers are doomed. Steelers win 23-10. Steelers over the Packers. Ravens, Texans, Monday night game. This might have been a good Monday night game had the Texans not suffered so many injuries. The Ravens are going to ground and pound it. Their defense is going to win the game, 36-20. Ravens over the Texans, and those are the Week 12 picks. You want the locks? You want the locks? Eagles are a lock. Patriots are a lock. Bengals are a lock. Falcons are a lock. And I'll give the Vikings a lock. Ooh, that's a close one because you never know what's going to happen with Matthew Stafford. But those are the Week 12 picks. We're 99-59. We're going to go over the 100 mark. And hopefully we do really well this week. All right, weekly fantasy lineups. I've been terrible at this. And look, this offseason, I'm going to reevaluate everything I'm doing with this fantasy shit. Because I just can't be doing a podcast and giving you fantasy lineups that are just absolute garbage. There was some players that got injured, like Sterling Shepard. He wasn't in the lineup. I had put him in the lineup. He had migraines in the last second, and he's on my fantasy team in my regular league. And it's fucking me. It's really fucking me over that he's not playing. So there were some issues, and that's the thing. When you put out a podcast on Thursday, to be ready on Thursday, and you do it on Wednesday, so many things happen between Wednesday and Sunday. Things change, and so you got to make judgment calls. But the lineups have been trash, and I promise I will reevaluate it, and I will get into the analytics. Hey, look. we got to get better. We just got to get better with these fantasy lineups, and we've got to make money. That's what this is all about. I know you guys are tuning in to get that cash. You know, you want that Neil McCoy Spotify cash, and I need to give it to you, and I'm not, and that's a problem, and so we need to fix it. Hey, we have a losing season. Coaches, even good coaches, have losing seasons. So let's try to get it straight a little bit. Let's try to win something this week. Let me give it to you. So for this week, we're doing the Thanksgiving games. We're just going to do the Thanksgiving matchups. It's like the Wishbone or something, the Wishbone Classic. So we're just picking players on Thursday night. You can do the Sunday lineups if you want. I don't have a lineup for you on Sunday. Do whatever the fuck you want. But for Thursday, this is my lineup. And I'm going full Charger. I'm going full Charger mode against Dallas's defense. They're fucking awful. They're missing Sean Lee, which means I'm playing Melvin Gordon at running back. Because the way Jay Ajayi looked last week, look, Jay Ajayi is not a good fucking running back. He's just not. His knee's like bionic. He has no speed. But Dallas is so lost in their run defense without Sean Lee. You've got to play Melvin Gordon this week. You just have to. Even if it's at 8,100, just play him. Phillip Rivers is my quarterback. Melvin Gordon's my running back. McKinnon's my other running back. Keenan Allen, playing him. Wide receiver against Dallas. Terrible pass defense. Josh Doxson, playing him. He's a good pickup this week. Sterling Shepard, I'm playing him if he's playing. If he doesn't play, then I'm probably playing a different receiver, but not from the Giants. But I have Sterling Shepard in my lineup in case he does play. Vernon Davis at tight end. Mike Williams, yeah, I'm giving the rookie the nod this week against Dallas. And then I'm picking the Chargers defense. Because even if Tyron Smith is playing, that offensive line just isn't protecting Dak. And if Tyron Smith is playing and he's hurt, the chances of him leaving the game early are high. And Joey Bosa and the Chargers defense has been getting after the quarterback. And I just think Dallas's offense without Zeke is just totally different. They can't connect with Dez. There's no real threat. There's just no real threat. I'm going to go with the Chargers defense, and that's what it is. Phillip Rivers, Melvin Gordon, Jared McKinnon, Keenan Allen, Josh Doxson, Sterling Shepard, Vernon Davis, Mike Williams, Chargers defense. That's the fantasy lineup for the Thanksgiving games. Do whatever you want to do on Sunday, and yeah, there it is. So hopefully you guys do good. Hey, thanks for listening to Piff on the Blitz. Technical difficulties, we had to rush through it. You can check us out on Google Play, Stitcher, YouTube, the Apple Podcast app. Give us the reviews. You can get at me at Monster Piff on Twitter, at Monster Piff, at Rowdy Piff Pod. Email us at rowdypiffpod@gmail.com. We got a show coming up on Monday, Rowdy and the Piff. This was Piff on the Blitz. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Remember, John Madden was the best commentator of all time. There will never be another commentator like John Madden. Out.
Where the weight at? Before I ran up in the building, talking way back. I stay late night, dreaming about the payback. All I wanna do is get rich, hey, 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 yo. I get looking for a lick, hey, 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 yo. About to rob 'em for the shit, hey, 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 yo. Want the rollie on the wrist, hey, hey, hey. All I wanna do is get rich, hey, hey, hey. Now where the hate at? I'm feeling next up.